back with Rain, and we're going to talk about our experience at the recording studio at Metro 37. So talk away, guys. Let's talk about what's been going on.
Well, my personal experience has been fantastic so far. The first day we came in and laid down all the drum tracks, I was actually surprised at how well it went.
You killed it.
For me personally.
Seriously, you killed it, dude. It was amazing.
12 songs in one day.
Unheard of.
It was
Really?
awesome.
And they're not just 3-minute songs,
Yeah.
they're 8-minute songs,
Progressive
10-minute
songs.
songs, and
Yeah,
they're
very, very
ridiculous.
thankful for that, you know,
Yeah.
and then the next day went in and we did the last song, and it's been, so far it's been a great experience. I mean, we've come together, you know, and we've worked real well, and I mean, it's just been great. It really
I
has.
think it's really shown that our connection as a band, and it's grown us as a band. We've got to know each other better, and we've been in this pressure cooker, and I mean, emotions have come out, but it's all made us closer, and
Yeah.
I think everybody can agree also, it's a very humbling experience.
Yeah.
You get the opportunity to hear yourself, like as a vocalist, dry, and you, ooh, do I really like my own voice? But honestly, as Carrie was talking about, we have gone through, you know, our ups and our downs with stress and everything else in the studio, and I think that's to be expected. But I think the strength of this band is, you know, we stick together through thick and thin, and I'm really looking forward to the release. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, well, it's been, you know, especially recording, you know, this kind of music, it's very challenging, you know, because you don't have like this simple little pop song that's 3 minutes long, and it's the little formula that you hear on the radio all the time. I mean, our stuff has ridiculous twists and turns, time signature changes, all kinds of stuff that's going on.
And you know, another thing with the lengths of the songs too is it's really hard is I don't like punching in. I don't like doing studio magic. I like playing from beginning to end. Because to me, it just seems like it loses its organic feel. Like to most people, they won't even hear it. But to me, I hear that, and it goes with the humbling experience. You know?
It is very humbling because you know, and you're under the microscope too, because you're recording stuff that you play live or at practice all the time, and it sounds great. But you get in the studio, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I really suck at that part. And you got to go home and work it out. And I've actually had to have Kevin like give me my solo sections, you know, without obviously the solo guitar there, and bring it home, and then I got to run it over and over again just to get comfortable with it.
And you feel weird because it's your own stuff, but you still got to do it.
And I am actually literally shaking hands with that stuff for the first time, and it's awkward, you know. So how's it been for you, Jane?
It's especially been kind of awkward because when you're under the microscope, when you're recording your part that you're recording is the loudest. So when you screw up, everybody can hear you, and either everybody's gonna laugh at you and you just have to laugh along with them, or they're gonna be like, okay, you need to redo that, get back and get your head in the game, you gotta just work harder, try your best, and then it's
tough.
It's really tough.
And it's a personal thing, especially for vocalists, you know, because it's you know. And I've actually got my voice on one song. And I'm trying to keep it there because I don't really think that, you know, my voice is as good as these guys. So, but it's a very tough thing to be in there with the microphone.
What I love about our music is the fact that it's multi-layered, it's multi-dimensional, and yet we can still pull it off live.
Yeah.
You know, with 5 people singing and the talent we have and our musicians themselves. This is a kind of a challenge because we've got heavy lead vocals, we got beautiful backing vocals, we got all this in a package. So I think we got a great niche.
Well, it's a delicate balance too, trying to get all that stuff to sound right and be mixed correctly, and because it's one of those things where you can go too far one way or the other, and it can get really corny and cheesy, or it could just be not enough light shined on it so that it doesn't have any impact on the music, so why was it there in the first place? So you really have to fine tune all that stuff, and that's where good producing comes into play, and really honing your skills and making sure that stuff isn't there for arbitrary reasons, you know, or gratuitous reasons on the other end. So it's been a huge challenge getting this album together, but we really strongly believe that this is going to be something that's very impactful and that anybody could enjoy. We really do feel that way.
Yeah.
It's time, yeah.
We all have such diverse backgrounds. I mean, there were some crosses that we were talking about in our influences, but you put all that together, and it's this eclectic group of people that with different influences, and our music shows that.
Yeah.
I don't think we sound like anyone else.
Anyone.
We
And
sound
actually, the real cool thing too is that all the songs sound different.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
It's not
Yeah.
like you hear one song and you say, oh, that's Rain.
I mean,
You
you
know,
go from Undertow and then you go to Forever and a Day,
Yeah.
and there are two completely different
Yeah.
songs,
Yeah.
but they're still very good.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, everything in the middle of that,
Fits.
it's all
But
different.
it's all
But
different.
it's, you know, it's all different, but it's all same.
And I know
Yeah.
bands say that, a lot of bands say that about, but we really
Yeah.
mean it.
Yeah.
You have to
That's-
listen to the CD.
It's time for a new
Yeah.
style, and it's time for rain.
Yeah, and that's a good point that Carrie made too, because I've heard it so many times, and our album's so eclectic, and there's all these different songs, and it's like, you've heard one song, and you've heard all of them, and it's like, by the third song in the album, you're like, really? I mean, this is the same thing, just repackaged and respun, but with us, honestly, I really feel that you go from one song to the next, and you gotta fall in love with us all over again
And
each time.
each
you know?
individual song is an emotional journey.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
if you just let yourself get sucked into that music, you can feel the emotion in the music.
Yeah.
You can feel it in the lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, you can hear it and touch it, taste it, smell it.
yeah, it's
And-
all there.
Everybody can relate to it.
Yeah,
Everybody can
Yep.
relate to
Well,
it.
There's something for everyone.
Yeah, and it's intellectually written, it's not a bunch of gibberish, so I think that that's important.
and on that note, that's why, especially with Scotty, he's always trying to keep some ambiguity to the lyrics so that it's relatable. It's not so packaged for one person in a specific situation. And I've kind of gleaned from that myself and tried to do that a little more myself. So that kind of leads us into our next subject, which is basically, you know, there's a lot of Christian bands that want to carry the banner of we're a Christian band, we're a Christian band, and there's good points to that, and there's also some negativity associated with that as well. And we want to touch base on that in our next segment, so stick around for that for sure.
You know I thought I showed you. You know I'm sure I told you when to give and when to take. I know around your